one of the big issues, like we say, is abortion. And this is really, really hurting a couple of the candidates right now. We'll get to Blake Masters in a minute, but here is a Colorado Senate candidate, Joe O'Dea. He's running against Michael Bennett in Colorado. And O'Dea is running away from what has been a staple of Republican Party politics for decades, because they realize now, like, oh, women don't like to have their bodily sovereignty taken away. Folks who can get pregnant don't like to have their bodily autonomy taken away. And particularly where the Democrats have been smart about sort of phrasing this as a loss of liberty and government to overreach. State government, still government to you neo-Confederate libertarians out there. And here is O'Dea.
Your race was a very interesting one to watch. You beat a candidate who was more of a Trump supporter. You are sort of running in a more moderate lane, and yet your opponent, the current Senator Michael Bennett, is looking to sort of peg you that way a little bit more. Here's an example in an ad that dropped on Friday. Watch this.
It makes the race for Senate even more important.
Michael Bennett has always fought to protect a woman's right to make her own health care decisions.
But Joe O'Dea opposes the law protecting abortion access in Colorado.
So we want to give you a chance to respond to that, because clearly the Roe v. Wade decision is becoming a factor in races all across the country. We're going to see a lot of ads like that. Are they accurately portraying your view on this, sir?
Oh, that ad's dishonest. It's at best. I came out early on in this election and said that I supported a woman's rights early on in the pregnancy, and even later on, with mitigating circumstances. So I've been very vocal about that issue. Ran my primary on that, and we ended up winning. We fought back $10 million worth of Schumer's money during the primary. They tried to paint my opponent, who they wanted to run against, as the most conservative, pushing me to the middle here in Colorado. I'm very satisfied with where our campaign is. We're excited. We built a huge tent here in Colorado, and we're going to take our message forward. It's resonating with working Americans, and we're going to win in November. I'm confident.
So there it is, O'Dea, right there. Now it's no longer like I'm a pro-life. It's I'm against abortion with mitigating experience. Mitigating situations.
Yeah.
And some mitigations.
I know we're going to get to Blake Masters, but what his change on his website from what it was where he wanted a fetal personhood law.
Well, let's pop this up. Do we have the this is a story about it.
We covered it last week, but
he's the best part of this is, so Blake Masters, 100% pro-life, anti-abortion last month. This month, not so much. He scrubbed that, but apparently it also scrubbed all sorts of other things from his website, saying that the election was stolen, et cetera, et cetera. And the funniest part about this is that he had asked, before he started running, he had asked the Wayback Machine to erase his website. So basically what the Wayback Machine is, if you don't know what it is, it's the web archive, essentially. It crawls across all websites at various times over the course of a year and records it. You can see like pictures of it. It doesn't have every single day, but it will check like, we did it here, we did it there, based upon changes. And you can request to have your stuff erased if there's stuff that you don't want to be out there. And Blake Masters did this, but what the Wayback Machine taketh away can also bringeth backeth. As it goes. So on August 1st, the day before the Republican primary, the day before he won the Republican primary, Blake Masters' website said that Democrats are trying to import a new electorate in the form of immigrants.
It's subtle.
Yes.
Replace us, yeah.
Trying to replace us, indeed. He was saying that the election was stolen. He had support of a federal personhood law, et cetera, et cetera. And this is great. The Masters website was removed from the web archive in the Internet Archive Wayback Machine. I think if you go wayback.org, you can check this stuff out. And this is what they had to say. Any person can request their content be removed from the Wayback Machine, and Internet users flagged its removal on Friday following an NBC's report. The removal sparked cries that Masters was trying to hide changes to his campaign website. The exclusion of this page was actually requested in 2018 before he was a candidate. Quote, Blake Masters sent us a request to exclude BlakeMasters.com from the Wayback Machine in 2018, well prior to his campaign, the spokesman said. We were not aware he would become a candidate for public office and excluded the site. We have presently re-enabled access to archives of the site from the time period after Masters' campaign became public. So anything that he still had up there while he was campaigning is now back up. And this is a problem for Masters. It's a problem for all the Republicans. And if you just take a look at the polling, it's happening across the country. We have half a dozen or so races that the Senate hinges upon, a little more. We'll go through them. In Colorado, we just heard from Joe O'Dea.
Can you say on O'Dea, like he can say what he wants about, how moderate he actually is on abortion. He would have supported Kavanaugh, Gorsuch, and Barrett still. So
without a doubt.
And with Masters, now he's replaced on his website this personhood law, fetal personhood law, with a claim that he just doesn't support late-term abortions, which is just another way for Republicans to hide the reality of what they're advocating for. Late-term abortions are for when the life of the mother is in danger or the child is non-viable. And you have to support abortion access in general so that the medical professionals and the women involved and the people who can get pregnant can make these determinations on a case-by-case basis. Just having that exemption to ban it is just a way to appeal to the same crowd.
Right.
It's not viable at all, no pun intended.
Right. This is their backup position, as it were. And so O'Dea, there's a reason why he's backing up on abortion, and that is because the most recent poll, 47.4% Michael Bennett, 41.6% Joe O'Dea. The Libertarian taking 5 percentage points there. Undecided is only 4.5%. So good work, Libertarians in Colorado. Colorado, I think, one of those states where a libertarian perspective has always been a little bit overappreciated.